Yes.
And he'll just kind of tap his fingers together and be like, well, there's only one school they're talking about nowadays.
Yes. There is.
What's it called? He'll look towards you.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Is Rio actually still
Tokyo High School of Private Arts.
No, of course he's not.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's... He wouldn't wear it when going to Tokyo.
Alright, he'll be like, that one.
Yes, a very good deduction. I do go to Mirai Academy.
So you're based in Asado?
Yes.
And he'll just kind of put his hands around the back of his head and he'll be like, small world. I was actually coming back.
And he'll be like, coming back to Asade? Oh, are you a previous resident?
I kind of did a stint in the academy, but kind of dropped out. Oh, wait, they don't really talk about dropouts, do they?
No, they don't.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to the police academy, though. It's not really an academy, it's more like an informal thing.
I see. Well, that is interesting. I know someone who works with the police.
Maybe guess green hair.
Let me roll lying. And he'll be like, no.
Alright. My sense motive. I guess it'll be understanding. Let me see what his understanding die is. Where are you? D8. Okay, that's gonna be hard to beat. I'd have to literally roll an 8. Okay. It'll be like no. Alright. I have no idea he could be talking about them.
And he'll just kind of pause and go, well, it's not such a small world after all, then. I don't think it's anyone you would be aware of. I've simply... He'll pause and go, had cause to return several lost items.
You got a little bit of klepto in you?
No. He'll pause and go, a associate of mine.
Right. But anyway, yeah, you might see my face more often. Well, unless you kind of don't look like the type to get into trouble, though. Or start fires.
No, I try to keep myself out of that. Though it's still possible, after all. I'm just kind of pause. It does seem like everyone important in that town knows each other.
Yeah, it's a real mystery, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite the trip.
Oh, anyway, Augata-san, I should probably be heading off. I'm already learning late as it is.
Of course, right. Well, and he'll kind of pause for a second and realize, oh, I didn't invite this guy here. He invited himself. Right, well, I'd hate for you to be late for that. You probably should be on your way then. He'll kind of get up and go, I do need to make the return trip, after all, myself.
Yeah, if you ever see a pint-sized girl with long twin green pigtails, keep away from her. She's dangerous. Oof.
Dangerous, right. I'll keep that in mind.
Yep. He'll just kind of grin, and you'll be like, anyway, see you later.
See you. Okay, bye.
He'll take his tray, and he'll saunter on out.
Alright, cool. I learned the chicken.
Yes. Your slot should now be filled with the Basan.
Yay! I need to make...
You don't have a development level in it, of course.
I'm at 0?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That makes sense. What does that mean?
You have no fucking idea, how to make a Basan. You just feel like you could.
Oh, I feel like I could?
Yeah.
Good. Alright.
I guess Rio would feel a bit weird since it wasn't what he was expecting.
Yeah, it wasn't. He feels really weird.
Yeah. So, I guess Sex will be like, oh, what a wonderful encounter. I wonder what it would be like eating yourself. Do I count as a chicken?
What? Jax, you're very clearly a crane of some kind. You realize that most cranes are somewhat... Well, it's not cannibalistic because they don't eat other cranes, but are willing to devour other small birds such as sparrows, right?
Oh, wonderful.
Right, of course, you're an idea. You're not actually a bird. That's my mistake.
Please, I'm sensitive about these things.
Sigh, I'm not going to have a conversation with... you. He doesn't say myself.
Shoot yourself.
Okay, let's get out of there.
Rio makes the confused trip back.
Yep. I'll do
Right.
that.
His meal was meh.
Yeah, it was.
Well, at least.
Fucking, they need to get Fuse in there with her recipes.
It's because it was
That
an old
spice
recipe.
Yeah, they didn't know what spice was. They just put hot on it. Just hot, not flavor.
Alright, so
I
I
like
guess
hot chicken.
I guess we're going to the Koharu and Ryu.
What about Reiko making her
What
gates?
about Reiko?
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot.
Yeah, I know.
Always forget someone.
Fast
Yeah.
scholar, though.
Shouldn't
I have
be
to go. I have to go
difficult.
use the bathroom.
Da da
anyway.
da 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 da.
Alright, Reiko on her gates. There you go.
Yeah.
You wanna make gates?
Yeah, do I find a nice spot? Maybe not at school, but near or at the dorms, or should I go and rent a room at Jeffrey's or domain at Jeffrey's for like few hours?
Let's see how Phoenix is feeling. He wants you to go rent somewhere else, nice.
Alright, so I appear, like come up to the closest, or rather I return to the dorm and go up to the Jeffrey, like go to the Jeffrey domain.
Alright, so do you want to rent a domain or do you want to go to the March one?
Actually, if you give me an option, I like pull up my PDA and send a message to Rio, I guess. I mean, yeah, I consider him a bossman, so I send him a message. Hey, I wanna do some gates and practice my heirloom stuff. I don't know how would I say that in character. Just I'm not
powers,
hiding.
I guess.
I'm my powers because I'm not one to hide what I'm doing. Can I use like our? Mostly your domain. The March one. Question mark. Send.
Well,
Does Rio respond?
I'd laugh if he went away. No, you cannot, Reiko. I refuse.
Yeah, I think he stepped away or he muted himself.
Who's? I did step away. You're talking to Rio? What did she say?
Reiko sent a message through PDA asking if she can use March domain to practice her powers.
Sure,
Again,
go
make a
ahead.
gate.
While you're there, make sure nothing's messed up.
That's what you respond? Let's make sure nothing's messed up.
Basically, he'll be like, oh, yes, well, that will be fine if you wish to make use of it. Do make sure you look around the place. Make sure everything's in order. Before you leave.
Oh, okay. If I disappear, then I guess some scary demonic clown got me. Double.
Please,
The
do
P
not talk
em-
about
emote.
things like that. There's apparently a basement level we have not explored yet.
Sounds like a challenge. And then, but sure, I will look around later.
No, we took all the mushrooms out. It can't be filled with mushrooms. Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, and then I make my way to March Domain. Because I already visited it once, so I probably remember how to get in. Or through where, so...
It's Shin Jeffrey.
Yeah. So yeah, I go to March Domain, and... Yeah, probably first just... Okay, might as well, it shouldn't take too long, and I just, take a quick glance around, walk to the... I remember there was a building, so like go there. Yeah, just give it like a glance over, make sure that there is no nothing bad happening.
No, because you took away all of the mushrooms, so... No, it feels pretty lifeless, actually. Nothing going on. Very cold and desolate feeling.
Go to the search, okay.
Yeah, you feel like it needs a bit...
No, Raph made
a
it
bit
feel
more-
like home.
Yeah, but you haven't been there for a while. It feels like, needs a bit of love.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to take too much time, but I will, good reminder that between sessions look for what kind of stuff I can make with trinkets and maybe something will work. Anyways, yeah, if after checking that there is nothing bad happening, I set up and I just I do the entire preparation because I assume Reiko might have an idea in character. I as a player don't really. I guess this is some formula, some meditation maybe, or something. Just I assume Reiko simply does it rushing. Okay, let's make a gate, and then does the extreme makeover version, makes a gate in 5 minutes flat. But yeah, she tries to attend to the process step by step, diligently.
Alright, you can get rolling to see how fast you can do your gate
Where
homes.
was my... Okay, here. So, to make a gate...
You get a +2.
Yeah, but I assume that the body die, Yamato Damashi distinction, chorus die, all of this applies for gates.
Yes.
For Tori. Okay. Body, so 6.
Remember, each die has its own, work towards the gate.
Yamato Damashi... wait. I changed that.
Yeah, so that'll be a D4 now. Because it doesn't exist anymore.
Will there be an option in the future to change
it?
Or is it
yeah, depends on who you
forever?
talk to.
Yeah, sorry, I just talked over you.
Yeah, it depends on who you talk to, but for now it's a D4 since it doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, but there might be an option in the future, so okay. Courage, which is D10. I don't remember, is it possible to spend a PP to add another attribute?
Yes, you can do. But it goes towards the overall total. It's not counted as an individual die, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I understand.
Yeah.
And I think I had some PP left, so I'm gonna spend 1 to add my diligence.
Alright.
Because I said I want to do that diligently, like actually trying my best here. That's it. Oh wait, you said +2?
Yes, you have a development level of 2.
Okay. So I think that should be it. No D100, no other modifiers, so...
There's a D100 to this.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
You rolled so well on the 4 and the 10 as well. You want to keep that or spend your PP to reroll?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend...
Alright, so just add the D100 to your other roll and roll it all again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If... Wait, I fucked up. Okay, let's see.
Whoa!
Wharf, so much wharf.
Shouldn't that be also another 18 to it? Because shouldn't it be +20 instead of +2?
Yeah, you did a +2. Yeah.
Alright, because I thought that was like the small thing. Okay, so
No,
it's...
yeah. 115 plus 18. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's the best possible expenditure of all PP left ever.
You literally like nearly 5 times is better. But anyway.
Yep. Feels
Alright,
good.
so you make a fucking wonderful gate. Alright, I'll just put that in my own records.
Okay, so I'm gonna edit my...
Yeah. You feel like you can make another one in good time.
Okay, because I wanted to ask, like, how, each roll means I make one.
Yeah. Obviously, I'll write the description for the gates later.
Oh, each one receives some description, damn.
Yeah, because you got like 2 perfectly the exact same number gates because they were from Daddy. So yours aren't as they're not going to be made equally. Let's just say that.
Okay. Question before I get down to rolling another one. Would you be slightly irked for my munchkin and min-maxing if I like eat a bento and then...
That's fine. Yeah. You can eat a bento and take a break in between it. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
if there will be like... Okay, so if that's fine, then...
Yeah.
On my possessions, I just need to... No, wait, not here. Yeah, edit here, so I eat 1 bento, and then I try again.
Yeah, remember to add the 0 at the end of the 2.
Yeah.
You get... you won't have the extra die unless you're going to eat 2.
Yeah,
unless you're going to eat
I
2
want.
bentos.
Yep. Good that you reminded me. And yeah, I'd rather keep that 1 PP to reroll the entire thing. I think that's a better choice. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that.
It's a cowardly gate. Alright. Okay, so I'll take a screenshot for that gate number 2. Okay, gate 2. Alright, those are pretty fucking good gates, honestly. Draco feels proud and Phoenix will congratulate her and her... Well, he's inside of her, so it'll be his inside voice.
Actually, because we're like alone, nobody's in the domain, I'm like completely fine with like letting him, fly around to give some warmth to this place.
Alright, you put his egg beside you. It's a very toasty egg.
Sorry. Okay. I guess that was all the time I had.
Yeah.
Okay. Still a good haul.
Remember, these gates go inside of you. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, I have a freaking flaming bird inside my head, so...
Yes. Phoenix will envelop the gates and they'll disappear inside of him.
So yeah, inside of me. Okay, so 2 gates.
You think you can see the gates in the background image of, you know, like how his aura has like the image of the mountains and the flame and the smoke and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can see the gates on top of the mountains. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Great. So Reiko's a bit tuckered out, but you know, she did some good hard work.
Yeah. There's this like smile. I mean, it will be like it's easy to see that she will be tired because like making a gate is not an easy thing or simple.
Yeah.
But this is this like sense of fulfillment. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
Yes, and she's also reminded of the, oh yeah, I don't feel as connected to this as I once was. That's sad.
Yeah, but then I tell myself that I try to tell myself that I'm doing this for, you know, me, my own growth and development, and to help others. Maybe those gates will be useful for domain. And then as I leave the domain, I just like send another message. Work's done. Domain is fine. To Rio, obviously.
Right, he'll respond with, wonderful.
Yes. Alright.
And that's it.
So last but not least will be Koharu and Ryu.
Yay!
Alright. I don't know if you guys want to talk to each other, but you'll see that you're both heading towards the nurse's office.
Heading to get a checkup, Ryu? Or Takinaka-kun?
No, I need to talk to the doctor about something. You?
Same. Karu kind of looks at her feet for a minute, remembering the horrible yesterday, and goes, I'm really sorry about yesterday.
Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know of anything you need to be sorry about.
All the things that happened in the domain.
Right.
The things I and Mo said.
Okay. Quite honest, I'll just chalk it up to you and Mo got closer, and we can just leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
You hear it, Jesus fucking Christ! I'm dying in here.
I'm guessing you really don't want to talk about it too much, so I think it's just easier this way.
Koharu nods and looks down at her feet.
Right. So, I mean, what better place to find Kuroki than at Shin's room?
Yep.
Alright, so you'll see that he is actually there, and you'll be like, oh, visitors, lovely, lovely, lovely. Where's the rest of the crew? Going on another jaunt?
Not today, no.
Well. So, go ahead and have your talk. Don't worry, I really don't care about your, teenage stories and whatnot.
Well,
actually...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, actually, I believe we're both here to see you.
Me? Ooh. Oh, well. Why don't you take a seat,
Would you like to go first, Takenaka-kun?
If you don't mind, but if it's something really important, you should probably go.
No, it's fine. It's nothing immediate I need to talk about. I'll just wait over here. She'll let Ryu have his talk first.
Right. I wanted to ask you, since you seem to be able to look into what we've taken, I took something I'm not entirely sure of what I took.
I believe the last time we spoke, you knew exactly what you were doing.
I said I knew what I had taken. Yes, but at the same time, this falls in a little out of normality, if that makes any sense.
Right. Isn't it great you can be a student? Usually I make people pay. But since you're, of that ilk, I'll do it for free. Right. And he'll just kind of snap his fingers, and you'll hear the whirring coming from him, and out will step a Do you know what like the robots in the Terminator when they don't have the skin on and how they look all googly and stuff?
Yeah.
Looks like that. Like it's not a version of him that you've seen so far. It's like the stripped down version of the robot.
Interesting. Multiple variations you can create, I see.
Oh, well, I don't need it to actually be like me. That expends rather a lot of my personal energy. This is Wabot Zero.
Right, okay.
Not familiar with the with the robot.
No, technology was never my strong point.
Right. It was one of the first well, technically, Wabot 1 was the first robot created at the Institute, old university of mine. Yeah, not really much of a deep backstory when it comes to my persona. Fairly average, fairly normal in that regard. But anyway, take off your shirt. He's got sleeves.
Rio will do so.
Alright. And be like, I hope you're not afraid of needles.
No, I'm not.
Good. And the robot will step towards you, and it will lift up his arm, and its wrist will fling back, and this large needle will protrude out of it. It looks more like a spike than a needle.
So, what gauge needle is that exactly?
I don't know. It just came with it.
Right.
Right. And it will slowly extend its arm towards Ryo's bicep.
I'm not going to have a hole in me when this is done, am I?
Oh, no. And can you roll me a courage roll?
Alright. I'm going to spend a plot point to add diligence to get him to actually be stable. The 2 from the SFX, that just counts towards the courage roll, right?
Yeah, just towards the courage die.
Okay.
Alright, so a 6. Alright. So Ryu doesn't really flinch, but he feels uncomfortable. And the tip of the spike it'll just gently brush against his skin. But he'll kind of feel like the sensation of it boring in, even if physically it doesn't. And Kirky will just kind of tap his PDA screen. Like, He'll be like, Oh, you've gotten some new layers, Takanaki-kun.
I suppose that's bound to happen, I guess.
You're not quite as thin-skinned as you were. Right. You said it was recent, yes, so I only need to do the top few layers, right?
I guess.
Right. I'll stop here then. And the robot will slowly make the spike recede back into its arm socket. And he'll be
That
like...
was certainly an interesting feeling.
Have you ever navigated before?
No, not my forte.
So you wouldn't know if I just tried to describe it to you. Right, never mind. But anyway. I see. You got this from a figment. I don't really like calling them demons myself. It hasn't really picked up. Figment, you've heard of the term figment of your imagination.
Yes.
I suppose I can use the colloquial term and call it a demon. You got this from a demon, did you?
Something like that.
What exactly do you not understand?
Well, it's not exactly, it wasn't exactly a demon in the typical terms. I suppose you could call it something more along the lines of a personal demon, if that makes any sense.
All demons are personal, Taganaku.
I mean, more personal demon as in a manifestation of actual issues in one's head, not actual manifesting as a form outside of it.
And he'll just kind of be like, you're not pulling my leg, are you?
Well, you wanted to know something that happened in that second that turned us all beaten up, didn't you?
Oh, it's from that? Oh, you should have said so. I can forgive your appalling use of language. Right. So, in your words, it's a personal demon. Not like those regular old demons, those old things.
Something like that, I'm guessing.
Right. Do you have a name for whose personal demon this was? It will help a lot. Female,
yes,
male?
Female, and let's just say the demon's name is Righteousness.
So it's more of a concept rather than an actual demon with mythal lore behind him.
Yep.
Do you know anything about this person's concept of this righteousness? What it means to them?
Yes, it's actually someone I do know.
Go on.
I'm sorry, Doc, but I'm not going to tell you who it is.
I meant to help you if I don't have any idea about their background, their history, their moral upbringing.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with this. Beyond that, let's just say she's a person at this school and she's associated with the families.
Yes, the families, as economic as they are. So it's a pretty much cut and dry case then. Right. Well, since you're going to be coy, then you'll have to frame your question very specifically, so I can give you a very specific answer given on how much little information you've given me.
Right. I'm curious how exactly something like this would work. How do you take something that's a concept and it's something from a concept in this sense? And what could possibly be the ramifications of it?
Well, you didn't take their persona, you didn't take any of the persona's abilities, you simply took, well, I suppose it'd be like an errant thought or something similar. Well, the circumstances in which you describe yourself as, well, I wasn't able to record it, so, well, I haven't got the foggiest. If you had gone to a domain, if you had gone to what these families called their inner realm, then I have a lot more data. But according to you, you've gone to this magical place out of time.
Oh, that's the best way I can explain it.
Well, the only thing I would suggest is talk to it. You can do that, right?
The demon? Or the person I took it from?
No, the righteousness that you have inside of you now.
I can talk to what I have inside me? I thought those things were like put away in like something like you throw in a pot and put it in a closet.
Well, let's just say that remember how I started babysitting our wonderful client here because of a request? I am familiar with your brother, or did you forget that?
Right. I thought you said you had no real interest in what my brother was talking about, though.
Oh, I didn't, but then I started to.
Right.
When it comes to your family history, I really couldn't give a two hoots. But when it comes to our darling Shin here, my interest gets stoked. I haven't been this passionate for, well, decades now.
I can kind of understand that. He has a big box of mysteries. But so I can commune with the stuff I've taken.
Yes. And he'll just kind of flip through his PDA and you'll be like, well, it's a good thing you have the persona that you do. Inspired choice. You make it yourself?
No.
Yeah, I figured. But yes, you can talk to your persona. It does have the capability of communing with spirits. It has a history of priestdom, after all.
Right. Okay.
Alternatively, if you know any Nakatomis, Fujiwaras, Abadabadubadais, they can do that as well.
Got it. Okay, and the fact that I'm what I am is not going to prevent that.
Oh, you're talking about this little black blot on your record. That might be a problem.
No, I mean the fact that my parents are from Nagasaki, but I suppose that wouldn't be an issue in that case.
No.
So they're able to look inside that and able to pull information out of it. Interesting.
Right. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't help you any further, but, well, you're an awfully private person.
Yeah. Right. I think you've given me enough to work with. Thank you.
Right. And, I hope you have a lovely conversation with the concept of moral righteousness. I'm sure you're very well acquainted with it.
Yeah. Right. Have a good one.
Toodaloo.
Ryu will walk up to Koharu, putting his shirt back on. Your turn, I think.
Oh, you're not going to stay? Oh, this must be
You
really...
want me to?
Oh, can he, Ko-chan? Can he?
I don't think you'd find it very interesting.
Well, if you don't want me to listen, I can just throw in my headphones.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, what do you mean you can't leave us alone? I guess we wouldn't be alone. We have this guy over here. What do you mean? But anyway, he'll start lighting a cigarette.
You will find a seat off to the center, throw in some headphones, and turn on some music.
Dr. Croaky, she'll say, she's taking up the seat. I've taken the steps necessary to embrace my part of the phenomenon, I guess would be a way to say it.
That's awfully avoidy.
Is it? I just don't know how else to really say it. I used it, though.
You know how to do it now, then?
I'm not sure, but I know I did it. It was with my sister, so I'm not sure if that's exactly the same way it would be anywhere else, and if I really was just doing it because it was easier with her or not. So I was hoping you could take a look at it and help explain it or something.
Take a look at it.
Is that possible?
You want me to see how many layers you have?
Layers? Would that be the amount of things we collect?
Well, everybody has layers, Koharu. You don't have to be a bommie for that. Oh, PC, my bad.
Oh, okay. In what context do you mean layers? What would they mean in this analogy?
You ever heard of the expression having layers of meaning?
Of course, right.
Like that. Everybody has layers to them, and eventually, the further down I dig down, the more I can get to the subconscious, and then, I haven't really touched around with the unconscious yet, but I'm nearly there.
Right. Well, I imagine everyone has tons of those.
Yes.
All right.
But when it comes to people like you and Musclehead over there, you don't have that many.
Ah. All right.
It's just a sad fact of life. But that's why it's so interesting. You can build yourself. You're kind of like a robot in that regard, just with more feelings, I suppose. And a bit more squishy.
Right. All right.
I guess you're up again, Wabot. You get to poke them twice. And you can see the spike heading towards you.
Does it have to be a needle?
Oh, that just makes it funnier.
Can't you do something else?
No.
So hold up the arm.
Do you roll up your sleeve?
Yes, of course.
Hi.
What the fuck? No, Jess, I don't.
Hi, roll me your courage.
It's a spooky needle. Oh.
Koharu trembles.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Fucking keep it in your pants, freak.
No, Wabot will be like, be still.
I am.
Still up.
Alright, anyway.
I'll have to administer the amnesiac anesthetic if you do not.
Thank you, I'll be still. Alright.
You'll actually feel a little bit of a pinprick this time because your courage roll was pretty low.
Okay.
And,
I mean, I didn't feel anything when Ryu got hit, but sure.
And there'll be a little splut of blood because Koharu was flinching.
Okay.
And Koku be like, that's enough. Do you want me to kiss it better?
No.
So he'll take a drag of his cigarette and be like, "Ah, right. I see. You don't have a lot here. Not compared to Musclehead over there."
Alright. Well, did just figure it out.
Right. These all seem to be traits of yourself.
Well, my sister, but, well, right, technically.
I believe that with these, however, you should know a lot more about your other half.
Right. I'm starting to get that. Is the process for doing this similar to how I acted with her?
If you felt like you were playing a tug of war, then yes.
Something like that. Alright.
Think of it as a contest. You're trying to show that you're actually worthy of people looking to you. You're forcing their eyes open.
Right. Alright. She nods her head. I get that.
From the reports of people I have studied, it always manifests differently to them. Some people hear sounds, other people feel sensations, like textures.
Let's see, with Koharu, didn't she have visions?
Yes.
I saw things. Yes.
You have a particularly developed sense of sight, then?
Yeah, Mo has helped me with that.
Right. On my records, it's your persona, Mo, seems to be a subsidiary of your sister's. Did you know that?
Did she know that? I forget.
No.
Huh?
Right. Do you know anything about the receive phenomenon?
Well, mostly from what you've told me and what I've learned from my sister. So not much, probably.
Oh, you sweet innocent child. Right.
I mean, she knows the origins of it, right?
You know that it's because of the boom.
The bombing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But you don't really know, like, all of the consequences because of that. All you know is that you need to take stuff.
Yeah, or you disappear.
Yeah.
People think we're ghosts, don't exist, blah, blah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she'll convey her amount of information.
Right. Well, you're a smart chick, Ko-chan. If all of these things happen, then how could you have possibly gotten a persona?
She'll think and go, well, if we don't have enough imagery from the people around us to let us find one, we'd have to just have it been, well, given directly to us?
Yes. You were in Sugiharu's class when that guy gave the case study, were you not?
Oh.
You might want to give that a... I think that was, like, before you switched.
Before she transferred out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the class would have still gotten the same one. It just would have been on different days. So...
Yeah, exactly. Right. The representative from the Smile?
Yes, that creepy bastard.
Creepy?
Oh, I'm a lot more lovable compared to him.
Oh. Koharu just will politely not say anything, but in her mind she's like, whoo.
But anyway, you'd be exactly right. Somebody would have to give it to you. It's what they call in the business artificial personas. You know that feeling of building up fake confidence, something like that. Fake it till you'll make it. It's quite a term used amongst your ilk. aka teenage girls.
Yes. Some people still say that.
Right. But yes, when I say that Mosubu was a subsidiary of your sisters, well, it's taken quite the literal approach. Your sister's persona, which, by the way, is quite the spectacular piece now. It was an older woman figure, so your persona is taking on the opposite end, which is the younger figure. Same origin. I believe Mosubu is Burayatian. I cannot pronounce that.
Is what?
Burayatayan. Basically, what it says on the SMT page, it's from Burayatata.
Jess.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, God. Then type it, please. You're hurting me.
Burayataya.
Just type it out.
I had to put it into Google.
Buryatia.
That's not even hard. Buryatia.
Yeah, but I was using the N version, not like the place where it is. Like
Buryatian. Yeah.
Buryatian.
It's Buryatian. There, we can move on.
Yes. There you go. That one.
Alright. Okay, so what was this point? I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Now, Alarin's a woman and Mo's a girl.
Right. She's the young version. Yeah. Oh. So they're part of the same initial image in the story?
It's more like Mosuvu doesn't really have a personal lore of itself. It's kind of like a vague story of a ghostly figure in Russian folklore that preys on men. Not really much substance.
Ah. Huh.
And your sister's persona, well, the predecessor was quite the renowned scientist that made his base in Russia in the later years of his life.
I see.
You can see how there could be a tenacious connection there.
Right. Guess I don't really see it.
Well, the world works in mysterious ways. I didn't personally do the surgery myself. These are simply the notes that I have.
Right.
So, I forget. Was there a question you were asking me in all of this?
I guess I was asking your personal opinion on the on how my phenomenon looks now that it's manifested more than before.
Oh, well.
And if I would be able to come get advice from you on any more developments.
I can tell you what you have, but I'm not exactly like you.
I see.
Shame that. I would have modded myself in quite the fine specimen if I could pick and choose what to model myself after, but no, I had a fairly normal life.
Well, that's good in its own way. All right, well, thank you, Doctor. I think you've answered all my questions.
Right. Well, if you go to any magical places in time and pick up things from there, I'd love to know.
Oh, right. I'll keep that in mind.
Alright, you have a lovely evening now. Unless you want to spend it with me, of course.
No. She'll get up and wave to Ryu like, I'm leaving, and head on out.
Right. Ryu will just walk out still with the earphones in.
Right. And Kimisaka will be like, wow, you could, like, take him out now.
Oh, but I'm listening to a good song, he'll think in his head before turning it off.
And he'll just kind of be like, he'll float on out of Ryu and be like, sorry, this guy's a fucking asshole.
What, to Koharu?
Yes.
Huh? What?
You know, he ain't really good with the whole talking to people thing.
No, Takinaka-kun's fine.
I know you're trying to be nice and all, but I have to actually be this guy.
I'm not trying to be nice.
Mm. And he'll just kind of look towards Ryu and be like, I guess you're off the hook then, aren't you?
Right. I believe that the recommendation was we let her come to us instead of we try and pushing Kuma.
You know, if I was a young, fit, healthy, primed schoolgirl in her teenage halcyon days, I think a guy just listening to his music instead of, engaging was pretty rude. But what do I know?
Right. And you'd think I should just listen into her personal issues when she's talking to the doctor. Somehow I get the feeling she'd consider it better if what she wants to keep private, she keeps private.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about earlier. Whatever. Women these days, back in my days, they were subservient and did whatever you wanted.
Welcome to the 21st century.
I'll get a drink. He'll go back into Ryu.
So, was the doctor able to give you any help with your problems? Or whatever you needed to talk with him about?
Oh, well, today wasn't really any problems. I wanted to check on the receive phenomenon that I have. I started to figure out how it works finally, and was kind of worried about if I had done anything too weird with it.
Right. Well,
How are you doing with it? Just feeling about it.
What can I say? We're supposed to build our character from it, I suppose. Makes you kind of wonder what exactly I'm supposed to do with it, don't you think?
It's really scary, but I mean, the doctor said something like that. How he would have made himself into the perfect specimen. I mean, that's a bit ridiculous and crude, but does give us a lot more freedom at the cost of having to work for it.
True. I suppose when all one is doing is copying, like I assume yours is, that's true. It becomes a little more of an issue when you're actually taking things from people.
Yeah, but maybe you can find a way to make it work. There's plenty of things in the world that people would live without, or demons would live without.
True,
but probably find a way to help people. It's not like people around you will care if you need to take things from them.
Let me ask you something, Koharu. If knowing what you took created you, but you knew you had to take it from someone, could you take the things that would actually make you a good person? Or would you drown yourself in sorrows trying to help them, creating nothing but a negative persona?
Well, you could as easily let yourself become a martyr, like you're saying, but little bits and pieces here and there from people who would let you.
Except I don't take little bits and pieces, Koharu. It's an all-or-nothing game for me.
Have you tried?
I have taken parts of things. It weakens on them, and I gain a little bit of it, but it always eventually have to take it. I suppose I haven't really tried too hard, because the way I was explained is I had to take that if I was going to do it, I had to take it from them.
Who explained it to you first? The doctor?
My brother.
Oh. That doesn't feel like a very nice way to say things.
Honestly, I'd rather cold truth than warm lies.
Well, maybe it's not just true. I just don't think you should submit yourself to something so depressing so quickly. Fight against it a little, you know? I'm sure there's a loophole or something you can figure out.
Maybe. I'll keep my eyes open for it. If I suppose I should offer, since this is something going along with my family and they're trying to get into the clan where this is the regular of it, if there's ever anybody you want to ask questions who's actually experienced with it, I'm sure my brothers could get in contact with someone who can talk to you about it.
She'll get a little smile. That would be great sometime, probably. It'd be nice to talk to someone who knows about it who's not like Dr. Croaky. He's a bit, eccentric. And if you ever need help with it, I can probably give you a hand. I mean, the favors will be really useful for this.
Yeah.
It can make sure things will go well. And not just good, but good.
Right. Thanks for the offer.
You gotta stick together.
Right.
Smile. And head back on their way.
Oh, storm time.
Oh boy. It's getting late.
Yeah.
You could wrap
Yeah.
up if you want.
We'll end this car crash then.
Alright. It's not a car crash, Dad.
It isn't.
You stop being so hard.
Yeah, it's not.
It is. Pretty good. I
Alright.
like the chicken.
Is you gonna do like a group?
Yeah, I have a chicken.
I mean, if you're not gonna do like a group talk or anything at night time, you know, we could just move on to Saturday next week.
I cannot think of any topic that we might have to talk as a group.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So we could set it up to go to Saturday when we start next time.
Could.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to do a TV time then?
Do you want to do a TV
TV
time?
time.
You sound fucking dead.
I forgot to do my TV timetable.
Then you can save it till next time, so you can have more TV.
Yeah, it's...
How about that? Save it for next
You
time.
can have a double whammy TV time next time.
Oh no, it's fine. We can just take one serving.
Just
We
one,
don't want to be too
one
greedy.
TV time is enough.
Yeah.
You don't like TV time?
Jess, I don't want to oversaturate TV time yet. I don't have an opinion yet, and I don't want you to double down on it yet.
Yeah.
You don't want to
just-
skew my opinion yet, right?
I see.
Fuck you. TV time could be really good. I liked hearing about the fucking emperor. I almost called him the Imperial. I'm autistic. I like hearing about the Emperor. It was a good conversation.
Yeah.
I wish I could do TV time, but not everyone lives at Agora.
Yeah.
Watch TVs in my game. I can give you info. It's like Pokemon. I want people to
love
just feel like I
TV.
browse the internet or I watch television. Tell me what's happening.
Yeah.
That's a hit from Rayon.
That's a good idea.
Yay! Yay! back on schedule, boys.
Don't watch TV or read the newspaper in my game. You'll just get propaganda.
Jesse's game. Yay!